here, and welcome to my third video of my Cutter and Arbiter tutorial series for 2v2.
Local units.
And this is going to be the third video. And this time we're going to be on docks. If you haven't checked out my other two, I have one for Beasties and the second one's for Crevice. So feel free to check those out. So for the beginning of this game, my first Warthog is going to scout my expo. I'm going to buy it, and then I'm going to send my Warthog to the center of the map, the very top, and start picking up the money. It is bad supply spawn, like that's what I call it. You get a little bit more money on this one, typically, but I just don't like having the money behind the signs and all that crap. But anyway, for this build, I'm just going to pick up 4 supply sets. In a normal game, that's pretty much what you're able to get. Sometimes you might get more, depending on the skill level of the other players, or if you're harassing with like a ghost or something, you might be able to get your team to get some more money. But I do have another video for Cutter tutorial builds for Docks and Repo, and feel free to go check that out if you haven't seen it. I have 3 builds. One's a Gunner Hog build, one's a down tech build similar to this, and the other one's kind of an eco build. Well, this build's different than those, so you know, don't just leave and go, oh, I've seen them all. This one's a little bit different. This one's a faster canister shell build, and to make it even more different, I decided to make it an eco down tech. So with this build, I'm going to be upgrading 4 pads. So it's a little bit different, and this way it's not the same as the other builds, and you guys can be looking forward to something else. This build's pretty good, and I like using it. I've never upgraded 4 pads like this before, but I was kind of messing around and it seemed to work pretty well. So this is my second reactor coming up. I've already bought my first reactor. You're going to be going 4 pads on your main, and then a reactor. Then you're going to go 3 pads, reactor on your expo. Then on your main, since your first reactor is going to get finished, and you can't buy a depot yet, you're going to go ahead and buy another supply pad. And I'm going to upgrade a pad the moment my reactor is done, because I got some extra money I can't really spend. And now my second reactor is about done, so I'm going to buy my vehicle depot on my expo. And about now, while my depot's coming up, I'm going to have a little bit extra money again, so I'm going to upgrade a second supply pad. And this last building spot on my main, I'm just going to keep empty. If you want to do something different, you could go ahead and buy another vehicle depot if you want, and go into 2 depots and do it similar to the build I posted in my last docks video for Cutter. But in this video, in this build, I'm going to go for a single depot, and I'm going to buy 1 tank. And right after I buy 1 tank, I'm going to save up for my 3rd tech. And having these 2 upgraded pads is going to somewhat delay having my reactor, but at the same time, it's going to help build up the money in the long run to help get it. So you're not too delayed, but it would already be queued. But having this extra eco is totally worth it. So my first tank is probably getting close to getting done, and I'm at close to 700 bucks. And now I queue up my reactor, and my first tank comes out. So now I'm just going to be saving up for my canister shell, but first I'm going to upgrade another pad while it's queued. So now this is my 3rd upgraded pad. And I'm just waiting for my reactor to get up. It's about 350 when it finishes. Well, it pretty much finishes with 400, so it's totally worth it. And after I down tech, I'm going to upgrade a 4th supply pad. So now I'm going to have 4 upgraded pads, and which is really good. And if you really wanted to, you could upgrade a 5th pad, but I don't want to. I'm just gonna buy tanks at this point I think 4 upgraded pads is a solid number. I think it's just what you need to go for. Going more gets a little overdone. So I bought my first tank. Canister shells a little bit over half, so we're looking pretty good. For the most part, this is the build. You just double pump tanks, and when you have about 2 candy tanks is a pretty good number to push with. Um, a lot of my videos, I have similar builds. I do some of these builds in other of my videos, so you might see a video and see me do this build or do the RB build or whatever. So a lot of these builds can be used against really good players, and if anything, you just take these builds and learn, and you know, help it improve on your own builds. You know, take my build as like a starting point, and then make your own. You know, but yeah, that's all this is for. Is just a little guide to help get your brain thinking and coming up with strategies of your own on how to beat people. Improve it any way you want. You're like, hey, 2 upgrade pads at the beginning sucks. I'm gonna do it after I down tech, whatever. Experiment, do whatever you want. Find out find out what works best for you, and that's what you should do. If you're like, hey, you know, I need a double depot at the beginning, go ahead, do that. You can check out my other video where I have gunner hog builds or quick 2 depots. Just figure out what works for you. But all these builds are a pretty good starting point to help you improve as players. But now that I'm Arbiter, as you can see, I like to send my ghost on the enemy's side of the map at the beginning and pick up their money. Most of my videos as Arbiter, you're going to see me doing that on docks. Docks for sure. It's really easy, and what I like to do on docks is send my ghost straight to their covey's base and pick up their money. Because if you pick up the money in front of their base, then when the Arbiter comes out, or leader, you know, brute or prophet, they don't get to pick up that money, which is really, really good for you. It gives you a pretty good lead if they can't pick up the money. The only downside is if they don't find any money with their leader, they usually get to your base first. So that's really the only downside to picking up their money, is they get to your base first. With this build, you're just basically going temple third and playing defense, and then going into double summit banshees. You could also go vampires if it looks like they're going banshees, but I'm going temple third. As soon as your temple's finished, you upgrade 2 pads, gives you a killer eco, and then you're just gonna upgrade your base after you queue up all your pads and everything. If you go for a 3rd upgraded pad before Citadel, then your summits can be a little bit delayed. But this is mainly good if you're not being attacked. Obviously, if you're under attack, you're gonna wait on the double summit, or completely scrap it as an idea and go full RB or go single summit vamps. You know, basically you're gonna have to adapt to the situation. But for this build, I just figured it's a good staple for you to learn in case the other team's playing defense. This is a pretty good build. Or if the other team's just straight up non-attacking, just temple third, upgrade 2 pads, Citadel, double summit, upgrade all your pads. Yeah, it's just a really good build.
Warehouse upgraded.
And it's one of my favorites. My first summit's almost done. I have all 4 upgraded pads. As soon as the summit's finished, I'm going to buy boost.
Complete.
And for the most part, that wraps up my builds for docks. Quick video. Docks is just a pretty easy map. I mean, there's no hooks or anything else to worry about. You just build up as many units as you can. And since it's a small map, it's really easy to push up and attack each other. So it's a really good map for just spamming out units. So whether you're spamming units, going full RB or whatever, this build's definitely one that you want to have as an asset in case you need it for certain games. But yeah, just a bunch of banshees and tank spam is gonna just decimate most
Summit
people you play
complete.
against. Anyway, this is the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoy it. Let me know what other videos you'd like for me to post. Like, subscribe, comment. Have a nice day.